Hi everyone, this is Stella and welcome back to Stellar Music Theory. Today we will go over Chapter 7 of Grade 1 in the new ABRSM workbook series Discovering Music Theory. Chapter 7 is on keys and key signatures. In this chapter, you will learn about the keys of C, G, D, and F major, as well as key signatures. Keys. In Chapter 6, we learned about the scales of C, G, D, and F major. Each of these scales contains all the notes that belong in that key. If you look, for example, at the scales of C major and G major, you will see that their keys contain mostly the same notes. There are two differences. Number one, the key of G major has F sharp instead of F. Number two, the two keys have different tonics. Tonic is the key note. Now let's compare C major and G major. In the scale of C major, we have C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and C. And in the key of G major, we'll start with G, because G is the tonic. So G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, and G. So you will notice that they both have C, D, E, F, G, A, B, these 7 alphabets. The only difference is in C major we will have F, and in F major it will be a F sharp instead of a F. A melody that is written in a particular key uses notes from the scale of that key. So if a melody is written in C major, you will find the notes C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C in the melody. And if the melody is written in G major, you will find the notes G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, and G in the melody. Remember, C major has no sharp or flats. G major has one sharp, and the sharp is F sharp. D major has 2 sharps, and the sharps are F sharp. So you will notice that F sharp is always the first sharp, and C sharp. I'll explain how these 2 sharps are related. The first sharp will be F sharp always. The second sharp will always be a fifth above the first sharp. So if F sharp is 1, then we will have G, A, B, C. G would then be 2, A would be 3, B would be 4, and C sharp would be the fifth above F sharp. So you see this C sharp is actually plus 5, or be the fifth above the first sharp. So this is the rule of the sharps. Every time when you add a new sharp, it will be a fifth above the previous one. If you find it too difficult to understand for this grade, you can skip it for now. Next, F major has 1 flat, and the flat would be a B flat. So B flat is always the first flat. Exercise 1. Name the key of each of these melodies. So what we can do first is to write out the key. So we have learned C major, where there's no sharp or flats. G major has 1 sharp. D major has 2 sharps. And F major has 1 flat. So now let's take a look at question A. If we look at the melody from the beginning to the end, we will notice that there is an accidental here, which is a B flat, and there is no other accidentals, meaning there is 1 flat in this melody. And if we look at the guide up here, we can tell that this is written in the key of F major with 1 flat, B flat. Exercise 2. Circle the notes that need an accidental to create a melody in each named key. Question A. The melody is written in G major. And in the scale of G major, there is one sharp, and the sharp is F sharp. So all we need to do is to find all the F in this melody and add a sharp in front of the note. We are in bass clef, and if we scan through the whole melody, there's only one F in this melody, and it's here. So all we need to do is to add a sharp in front of this F. Next, key signatures. A key signature tells us the key of a piece of music by showing which notes will be sharpened or flattened. It is written at the start of the staff, after the clef, and before the time signature. Using a key signature means we don't have to keep writing accidentals for the sharps and flats in that key. A sharp or flat in a key signature applies to every note of that name wherever it is on the staff. Let's take a look at the box here. C major has no sharp or flat notes, so there is nothing in its key signature. So this is where the key signature is, and there's nothing because there's no sharp or flat in C major. G major has one sharp in its key signature. This tells us that every F should be played as F sharp. So this is the key signature of G major in treble clef, and this is the key signature of G major in bass clef. So basically it's just a sharp on the F line. D major has two sharps in its key signature. This tells us that every F and C should be played as F sharp and C sharp. So this is the key signature of D major in treble clef and this one in bass clef. So you notice that there are two sharps, one on the F line, the second one is in the C space. F major has one flat in its key signature. This tells us that every B should be played as B flat, and therefore there is a flat on the B line in the key signature. Exercise 3. Tick one box to show the correctly written key signature for the named keys. Question A is in D major. There are two sharps in D major. They are F sharp and C sharp. So let's go over the key signature one by one. We are in treble clef, and the first sharp is an F sharp, the second one is a C sharp. However, the first sharp is not written in the right place. The F sharp should be written here on the top line, so this is incorrect. Next, we have a D sharp and a A sharp, so this is incorrect. Next, we have a F sharp and a C sharp, and they are both written in the correct place, so this is correct. The last one, we have a G sharp and a C sharp, so this is again incorrect. Exercise 4. Name the major keys that have these key signatures. Question A. We're in treble clef, and there is one flat in the key signature. It's a B flat, indicating a F major. Exercise 5. Add the key signature needed to make each of these scales correct. Question A. We have a scale written in the key of D major, and there are two sharps in D major. They are F sharp and C sharp. So in the box, we will write the key signature with two sharps. The first one is F, and it will be F on top line. The second sharp is a C sharp, and it will be the C in the third space here. Exercise 6. Name the key of each of these melodies, and then name the degree of the scale for each note marked arrow. Question A. We're in treble clef, and there are two sharps in the key signature. The two sharps are F sharp and C sharp. If you remember, The key with two sharps is D major, so we'll write D. And we can write out the D major here, starting on D. So D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D. Add the sharp next to F and C. Now D is the tonic, so that's degree number 1. E would be number 2, F sharp is number 3, G is number 4, A is number 5, B is number 6, C sharp is number 7, and back to D, the tonic. Now let's find the notes with the arrow. The first arrow is here. This is F in treble clef. F is here, so it's the 3rd degree in a D major scale. The second arrow is here. This note is a B in treble clef, and B is here. B is degree number 6, so we'll write 6th here. The last arrow is here, and this note is a G in treble clef, so G is here and it's the 4th degree in a D major scale. Next, more on accidentals. Accidentals are sometimes still needed in music with a key signature. This happens when the music uses a note that does not belong to the key it is written in. Here is a melody in the key of F major. It uses two notes that don't belong to this key, G sharp and B natural. Because these notes are not in the key of F major, accidentals have to be added to the music. So let's look at the melody here. It's written in bass clef, and this is the key signature with a B flat in it. Now there are two notes with accidentals. The first one is here. It is a G sharp. If we write out the key of F major, starting with F, so F, G, A, B, C, D, E, and F with a B flat, you notice that there is no G sharp in this key. So if the composer wants a G sharp in this melody written in F major, an accidental will be needed. Therefore, there is a G sharp here. And the second accidental is here, which indicates a B natural. In the key of F major, there is a B flat. So if there is a B in the melody, it is not part of the F major scale. Therefore, a natural is needed to cancel the B flat. Remember, accidentals last until the end of the bar unless they are cancelled by another accidental. Accidentals apply only to notes of the same pitch within the same bar. Exercise 7. Name each note marked with the arrow. Question A. We're in treble clef. There's one sharp in the key signature. It is F sharp, indicating G major. We can write out the notes of a G major scale, starting with G, A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. Add the sharp to the F. So let's look at the arrowed notes. The first one is done for you, which is here. This note is F in treble clef. And because there is a sharp in the key signature, it becomes an F sharp. For the second arrow, we have a B in treble clef. And B is not affected by the key signature. Next, we have a F here in treble clef. And there is a natural sign in front of the F. So this is a F natural because the natural sign cancels the key signature. Last arrow, we have a G in treble clef, and again, G is not affected by the key signature. This is the end of Chapter 7. I hope you find my video useful. If you like my videos, do subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll be posting new videos regularly. Stay tuned and see you next time.